If you've been wondering if you're doing what's in the highest and greatest good for your child in order to support their sovereignty, then this episode is for you, where I'm going to teach you a very simple practice that I use with myself and for my daughter on a daily basis to determine if she's holding on to certain belief systems that need to be reprogrammed, if her energy is out of balance or in balance, and as well, if the food, the environment, and the products that I'm using for her is actually going to support her energy. So welcome to this episode. If this resonates with you and you've been on this journey for a while and have not yet followed, make sure you do so. Leave a review, share it with a friend. Let me know in the comments how this practice resonates with you. And you may see my daughter decide to pop into the video every once in a while. The reason why my daughter is here with me is because I want to show you exactly how this is done. Do you want to come sit up here? So it's recording. So for this video, I'm going to share with you a very simple practice, and it's called muscle testing. So before we get into that practice, maybe you've heard of it, maybe you've even tried it, maybe you've never come across this, in which case I'm going to blow your mind wide open. Because this is the same practice that I use for all of my Theta Healing clients that I teach in my seminars. And this is really going to help you not only learn to trust yourself, I don't even have the lid on mine, to learn to trust yourself, but also learn to trust your kids. Let me tell you, recording with a child makes things a whole lot more interesting. So let's start off with understanding your children. So in those first 7 years, your child is in this very malleable brainwave state called theta. And they will hold on to what's called psionic imprints. And that is an imprint of their DNA. That's I want to go see. That is an imprint of your belief systems, your programming that is held within their DNA. It is also the very makeup of who they are. Now, the reason why this is so important is because when you start to use muscle testing, you will bring the invisible visible. So you're able to see exactly what programming they're holding on to that could be coming from you that is not serving their sovereignty. So for example, my daughter ended up holding on to the belief that I don't belong here. And this came from myself. This also came from the past generations of societal conditioning that we feel alone on this planet. Want to come in? We're teaching muscle testing. And so when I figured out through this practice of muscle testing that she held on to that belief, then I was able to reprogram it. When you use muscle testing on your kids, you want to make sure that you are standing close to them. This is so that way your energetic field can connect with their energetic field. So when you do the readings, it's not your reading on your frequency, it's on theirs. So you can have your kid playing around as my daughter is, as I'm trying to record this video. She's 2, so this is how the videos are. You're going to leave that left. But what you're going to do is you're going to stand up beside them so they can be playing around you. You're going to stand up beside them. So you would stand up beside them so they're playing around. You want to have them a couple of feet beside you. You're going to have your hands by your side. And again, usually I like to do it for my clients. I'll test them by standing to the side. That way I can see which way they sway. But you're going to stand up with your hands by your side and you're going to drop into your energy center. When you do this, when you do this, you are grounding your energy. From there, you're going to say yes out loud and see which way your body sways. And then you're going to say no out loud and see which way your body sways. And this is a calibration, so you can tell if you are properly hydrated, so you get an accurate reading on this, because that's very important. You want to make sure you get accurate readings, not readings that are going to put you more into doubt and confusion. From there, you are going to say, hello. You're going to say, I am reading for, and then your child's name. And for the first couple of times you do this, you may sway backwards and get a no, but you'll eventually keep doing it and get a yes. As soon as you get a yes, you know you're tapped into your kid's energy field, and she is back, which means, and so is my husband. From there, you are going to then say, if you're testing them for a belief, you will say the belief. So you can do it as a statement. It makes it more powerful because that way you're speaking to the subconscious and to the programming. So for my daughter, I would say something like, especially when she was younger and she held on to this belief, So for my daughter, I tested her for the belief of I belong here. And I got a no. And so my body swayed backwards. And this clearly showed me that she was holding on to the belief that I don't belong here. I've used this for her of I feel safe and I'll get a yes or no. This is very powerful because during these first 7 years, when they're developing their belief systems and the stories about who they are, what is right, what is wrong, and what is going to allow them to feel safest, this gives you a very clear blueprint of what they're holding on to. So you know if you're holding on to it, in which case you can do the reprogramming on yourself to clear it on a genetic level. As well, if the words that you're using and the experiences that they're having is shaping their belief systems to be empowering or disempowering. This is an amazing tool that I use every single day. Another benefit of this is that you can use it for food. So my husband and I are really conscious about what food we allow our daughter to consume. We make sure we are eating organic. We are eating high quality foods, very little to no processing, as well as water that is alive. And so we'll test it. Again, we'll do the calibration to make sure we are properly hydrated. We're getting an accurate reading. And then we will do it and we'll hold a food and say, this is in the highest and greatest good for us to consume or for my daughter to consume. And we'll get either a yes or a no. Now, for the food, I would say you could still just use it for yourself. You don't have to have your child around you and tune into their frequency. You could simply just say, this is in the highest and greatest good for my child, and say their name to consume. And you'll get a yes or a no. You can even do it with how much of that one substance they were able to have. So every so often I will make my daughter some natural sugar-free chocolate. It does still have a little bit of caffeine in it though. So I will muscle test of how much she's able to have. Now, here's the other really powerful benefit to using theta healing and muscle testing on a daily basis. When you are using muscle testing for belief systems and for programmings, and to figure out if it's in the highest and greatest good, to take them for a walk, to wake them up from a nap, to let them sleep, to do everything. I use it for everything. It's going to bring you into a place of ultimate trust. And the reason why this is so important is because you are parenting against the norm. You can hear in the background. You are parenting against the norm. You are parenting from a place of sovereignty, and that is going completely against the matrix. And what that means is that the external world will try and tell you something different. And it's in doing these practices that it's allowed me and my clients to have the confidence to continue to do things that they know in their heart is of the highest and greatest good, even if everyone else around them is telling them something different. And that is one of the key pieces for the work that I do, especially with my one-on-one clients. It's anchoring in the trust in yourself that you know how to do this work. Now, it's important that you detach from your kids' energy after you're done muscle testing for them, especially if you're doing programming, especially if you're doing belief work. And the way you do that is that you simply take some more space away from them and muscle test again, saying, my name is, and for myself, I'd say, my name is Emily. I'm reading for Emily. My name is Emily. My name is Emily, until I go from swaying back because I was connected to my daughter's energy and my phone ran out of storage. If you've been on this roller coaster of a video with me, I love you, because taking a video with a toddler is interesting, but I really wanted to highlight the importance of having them next to you. I also really wanted to show you a little experiment of exactly the beliefs my daughter is holding on to so you can see it, but she decided to run away. So we're just going to go with try it out on your child, see if it works by tuning into their energy, because this is exactly why this practice is foundational. This is why a large portion of the Theta Healing seminar that I host is focusing on you mastering muscle testing, because we use it to determine what beliefs you're holding onto. And this puts you in that place of full awareness, not only of what your child is navigating through. So I've used this for my daughter on understanding if she had a really short nap and it's been a couple of days, what's the reason behind this? I will muscle test to figure out, is it because she is teething? Is she getting sick? Is it that she no longer needs a long nap? Is she just going through something? Does she need some energetic clearing? And it gives me such an accurate reading that then from that place of knowing, I can take the inspired action to best support her. And it also will highlight the beliefs that you are holding on to. And this allows you to see what your child will be holding on to based on those psionic imprints, based on the knowing scientifically, spiritually, that your kids are holding on to 7 generations of beliefs and programming. And one of those is yours. And this gives you the awareness to start doing something about it. Now, if you've done this before, maybe this is just your reminder, get back into this practice. If you've never done this before, know that it will come with its beautiful challenges of trust, doubt. Can I fully believe this? Is this real? Is this a lie? But let me tell you, once you fully anchor this in as a solid practice for you on a daily basis to raising your sovereign child, it makes things so much easier. And that's why I've created this whole channel. That's why I have so many episodes on my podcast about how to best support you. And this is why I create so many videos here of how to best support you, because you are doing such a noble, liberating, sovereign role and job here of raising a sovereign kid. And we want to make sure it's so easy and effortless for you because there is no rule book yet. And that's the beauty of it. This allows you to support your child even without any blueprint, even without any support, even without any books out there, even though my book is launching very, very soon. Just putting that out there. And if this resonates with you and you want to dive deeper into understanding belief formation, chakra development, how to best support your child at each age so they instill empowering beliefs, and also how to reprogram the limiting ones that you were holding on to that you're passing down to your kids, then this is where I would join the Theta Healing Seminar. This seminar is 3 days. 3 days of intense clearing work of yourself and also a deeper remembrance that you are connected to all there is, that you can access your subconscious mind instantly. You're training yourself to access that altered brainwave state of theta on command so you can support your child energetically and also free yourself. So if that resonates with you, the link is in the description, and I would love to go deeper on this with you and support you in every way that you need at this time. And if this video was all that you needed, then I would truly appreciate if you could share with a friend who may also be interested in learning this, diving deeper into theta healing and confidently raising a sovereign child. So until then, I love you so much. Let me know in the comments how this resonates with you, what belief systems your child is holding on to, or maybe yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.